Hello. My name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I have a message for all American people who have lost faith in their government. It is time for a peaceful revolution. Oregon DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, is presently engaged in commercial fraud. On September the 8th, 2014, when Americans are awaiting for some false flag event to touch off martial law in America, in the approach of 9/11, the Oregon State Department of Motor Vehicles has been busily continuing the multi-billion-dollar driver licensing scam that DMVs across the country have employed while bilking unaware American travelers. No government fictional agency has any jurisdiction over any living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient natural man or woman who lives by natural law and has not consented to citizenship to a private, corporate, federal government and its subsidiary state corporate governments, along with their corporate rules, regulations, and legislative policies, which they call laws, but are not law. As I said, my name is Raymond Ronald Karchevsky. In the last decade, since September the 5th, 2002, I have proven that no fictional government has power, authority, or any jurisdiction over any living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient natural man or woman of the sovereign people who live by God's law, that is, do no harm, unless such man or woman has given their consent to it. You see, Satan operates by invitation, seduction, temptation, but then again, so does the government. In 1999, I, an honorably retired police sergeant from Pacifica, California Police Department, retired here in Southern Oregon, changed my status from that of a 14th Amendment citizen, and removed myself from the status of citizen, ward of the state, which is declared an infant in the eyes of the law by our court system. And I restored myself to full legal capacity. I further rescinded my Oregon driver license, which until that time had never been suspended. In 2002, on the 5th of September, I was arrested for a high beam violation and no license. I spent 128 days confined to the Josephine County Jail, awaiting 2 trials, 121 days in solitary confinement, and 7 days in general population. They did not want me mixing with the other inmates. What was my crime? Attempting to hold my public officials and police accountable for their crimes and misconduct through the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, lien process, 2 jail hunger strikes amounting to 55 days, leaving me near death, and my refusal to accept the sentencing of the 2 bogus convictions, which threatened me with 35 years in prison, caused the Josephine County Sheriff's Office and its undersheriff to throw me out of jail and dump me off at the curb of the local emergency room of the hospital, telling me that I was on my own when it came to paying for any medical bills due to my near-death condition. Since that time, I continue to travel in my private conveyances and am doing the same things for which I was jailed previously. However, they now refuse to arrest me, to take me before a judge. For every judge in Josephine County, and one brought in from Jackson County because they ran out of judges, along with every policy-making public official in the state of Oregon, has refused to answer the questions of jurisdiction, which has left them in commercial dishonor, in breach of their public oath of office, and, indeed, liable for multiple commercial defaults and damages against this living man, approximating some $80 million. That's right, $80 million of taxpayers' money. However, they steal my cars and motorcycles at every opportunity. My fellow Americans and Oregonians, it is time for a revolution, a peaceful revolution. I have shown all how it may be done. They can stonewall one man, but they cannot stem the rising tide of a nation of sovereign people who are sick and tired of being beaten and killed at the hands of corporate enforcers who call themselves police. You may read the latest event that I have shared with all at the Oregon DMV, engaged in commercial fraud, at arkenterprises.com. If you don't see the truth that fictional government has no power over living men and women, well, you deserve what you get in the adoption and holding tightly to your satanic enslavement. Thank you for your time.